A woman who was showered with petrol from a spilt pump at a Z Energy petrol station was offered, from a split pump at a Z Energy petrol station, was offered a coffee and a muffin and sent home with no warning of the danger she was in. Z Energy has opened an investigation into what happened and why staff at the station in Kapiti didn't immediately call the fire service. Jacob McSweeney filed this report.
Retired Kapiti resident Ingrid Carson wanted to mow her lawns yesterday, so she made her way to her local Z Energy petrol station on Kapiti Road to fill up the lawnmower's jerry can.
Went up to the machine, pushed in $10, picked up the 91 Bowser, bent over to put the nozzle into the jerry can to fill it up, and as soon as I pulled the trigger, petrol just showered me all over my hair, all down my back. I was soaked and I just dropped the Bowser handle and ran.
When she looked back, she saw that where the hose connected to the pump had split open and petrol was spraying out in all directions. After Ingrid rushed inside to get some help, Z Energy staff organised to move her car out of the way and to shut off the faulty pump. She was offered a coffee and a muffin for her trouble.
It's all through my hair, it's everywhere, it's all over me. And he got some serviettes out of the muffin thing, wiped my back. I could feel it all through my hair. I said to the guy, the hose, I said it's split or something. One of them just said, oh, the customer before you did something with the hose, and I was going to go over and look and see what had happened, but I got busy with a queue of customers.
Ingrid managed to get a piece of plastic to cover her car seat and was charged $10 to have her jerry can filled. The cashier joked it was lucky she didn't have to pay for the spilled petrol. Back at home, her neighbour, a volunteer fireman, told her to get straight into the shower while the fire service was called to come and decontaminate her. She says she was in shock and she didn't realise the danger she was in. Mrs. Carson says Z Energy should have done more to ensure her safety.
I don't think I realised quite the implications until I'd come home and had the ambos and the fire guys with me, and I think, oh, okay, this is pretty serious shit that's happening here now. And yet those guys just have a nice day. He'd given me the muffin, given me the coffee, they'd filled my jerry can, I'd paid for it, they'd put the plastic, and they said, and three of them said, have a nice day. It was like, you've been processed.
Her clothes, including a skirt that was a Christmas present from her husband and expensive footwear, were ruined. John Carson, Ingrid's son, was furious at the risk his mum's life was put in.
How the hell does this even happen, and what the hell if she could have been a fireball? Petrol's combustible, has a very low flash point. It's a chemical, it shouldn't be on you. And, just to be sent home in a car, you're probably still reeking. I hope you had all your doors and windows, or your windows open, otherwise you could have fumed yourself.
They called Z Energy, but after a couple of hours waiting to get a call back, John Carson didn't think the company was moving quick enough and posted what happened on Facebook. Z Energy's spokesperson, Jonathan Hill, admitted the company dropped the ball. He says there'll be an investigation into what exactly went wrong.
It's an accident that should never have happened. We are very, very sorry that this has happened and have apologised to the customer for it. As soon as we know the outcome of what exactly went wrong, we will make sure that we learn from it and that it doesn't happen again. It is a very, very rare incident.
The manager of the Kapiti Road Z Energy has now visited Ingrid Carson to apologise. And now she's been given flowers, a fuel voucher and compensation for the stress and loss of clothing. For Checkpoint, Jacob McSweeney, Tēnei.